If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and exclusive access to emotes as well. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member today. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she melted down in a what? Senate hearing, you said?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to express in the strongest words possible that I support the police, and we should be supporting the police here in our nation's capital because it's our nation's capital that has one of the highest murder rates in our country, one of the worst crime records in our nation's history, and is an absolute embarrassment to our country. I'd also like to remind everyone that one of our own colleagues...
Again, I can just never understand how bringing up the crime rate being terrible is an example as to why we should be supporting the police. Isn't this evidence that the police are doing a shit job?
...was carjacked months ago here in Washington, D.C. We also just had a former Trump admin official die because he was shot here in our nation's capital. And many Hill staffers themselves have been attacked just walking the city streets. This is an ongoing crime epidemic here in our nation's capital, and it's appalling. We should be supporting police officers, not attacking Americans' gun rights, while all of us walk around under the protection of good guys with guns. Capitol Police carry those AR-15s and guard all of us, but yet Democrats would love to take away the gun rights of American citizens and blame guns that...
Is every single boomer rant just a... or is every time a boomer talks just a schizo rant? I'm starting to think that every time a boomer talks, it's actually just a schizo rant. Every time. There's no coherence here. She was just talking about we should be supporting police. Democrats want to take guns. Like, what? What? Sheesh.
And blame guns that never get up by themselves and shoot people. Murder is already a crime. People kill people. They don't just kill them with guns. They kill them with knives. They kill them with fists. They kill them with objects. They strangle them.
That's so much better.
But yet I just listened to one of my colleagues say that we need to disarm Americans in order to somehow stop crime in Washington, D.C.
I'm sorry, but nothing she's saying seems like it's actually supporting her point. She's like, people don't just murder with guns, you know. They also strangle each other and bludgeon each other. People will kill people. Like, okay, first and foremost, we know that guns don't get up by themselves and kill people. The point is, though, knives, what are they used for? It can be for cutting food. It can be for cutting or carving pumpkins, or maybe you do woodwork or something, right? Guns exist purely to kill. That's the point of guns. They exist to kill. There is no middle ground. There is no, well, guns do also mean this. No, they exist to kill. When people talk about, well, what about cars? You can run it. Cars don't exist to take a life. Guns were created with the express purpose of killing. So that's a huge difference right there as well. So again, nobody thinks guns are just doing this shit by themselves. Nobody thinks this. That's just a straw man that conservatives say to make themselves feel smart when really they're just really, really stupid. What it is that there are people who shouldn't have guns who get them far too easily in this country right now. That's what the real conversation is.
Will the gentlelady yield? No, I will not. We should be protecting and supporting police officers. I also heard President Trump come under attack once again because Democrats have nothing else to say.
Why should we be supporting the police officers? They're not even solving any of the murders.
To defend their own policies, but attack President Trump. I'd like to remind everyone that it was Antifa, BLM, by the way, supported by Democrats. BLM as an organization raised millions and millions of dollars on Act Blue, the Democrat fundraising site.
Okay. Grandma's off her medication again or some shit, because we've literally gone to, we should be supporting the police, to, well, the Democrats just want to take all of our mother guns away, you know? To BLM and Antifa are actually what?
Across America that were endorsed heavily by Democrats and apologized and said mostly peaceful protest by media who are totally defending Democrats constantly. These riots caused $2 billion in damage across America. I'd also like to remind everyone that in 2017, when President Trump...
What does this have to literally do with anything? I don't... Huh? I don't understand. So what? We know that there was a lot of property damage. You're comparing... Is she trying to compare this to January 6th? You understand that nationwide property damage compared to a very localized, very centralized incident like January 6th is a completely disingenuous comparison. You know that. Well, maybe she doesn't because she's retarded, but she should know that.
Trump was inaugurated, that rioters nearly burned down Washington, D.C. That's right. Nearly burned down the city here. But, oh, we've got to attack President Trump every single day. You know, it was also Democrats that said things like, I don't know why there aren't uprisings everywhere.
Well, apparently you have to suck Donald Trump every single day, so we're just trying to balance it out, okay?
That was our former Speaker of the House. Our current Vice President, before the election of 2020, said, we will not stop. We won't stop. Talking about these BLM riots. Also, one of our Democrat colleagues is on video. By the way, all of this is on video, their statements. And she was talking about Trump supporters, and she said, when you see them, you make a crowd, surround them wherever they are. These are the statements that come from our Democrat colleagues, but they want to attack President Trump every single day and take away police officers' ability to stop.
So first and foremost, if you're a politician and you're saying that about Trump supporters, that is wrong. I certainly don't agree with that. I do not agree with form a crowd, start rioting around because someone's supporting Trump. No, that's ridiculous. That's absurd. And that's fair to criticize that. But it doesn't seem like you're just criticizing that, because you're not. You're using it to deflect Donald Trump's behavior. What that politician said, whatever, that's fucked up, that's bad, you can talk about that, okay. That's not the same, nearly the same scale compared to what Trump did. Trump's being investigated for far more than some bad comments. Wasn't it Maxine Waters that said that? So because Maxine Waters said that thing, that means what? They shouldn't be attacking Trump?
And I would urge my colleagues to pay attention very carefully. The American people are paying attention, and they're not stupid. Just because you have a little microphone you can talk in doesn't mean that you can sit here and lie to the American people every single day. They can read the crime statistics. We all know you can't walk around this city without being in danger of being robbed or carjacked or murdered maybe. My goodness, how horrible is that? So let's support our police officers. Let's vote for good things to help citizens in this city. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Will the gentlelady yield for a question?
No, I will not yield to one of your stupid questions that are always attacking me and attacking President Trump.
How about...
Shit. She just went from 0 to 100 for no reason. What? No, not your stupid questions. What?
A mediocre
question. No, I don't
question.
want it. I do not want
an
your
excellent question.
No.
A smart question.
No, my time.
An intelligent question.
You have no smart or intelligent questions.
Chair now recognizes Mr. Garcia for 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Marjorie Taylor Greene is losing it. What else do we have over here?
Madam Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to the gentlelady from Georgia, Mrs. Greene.
Gentlewoman is recognized for 3 minutes.
I thank the chairman. Madam Speaker, I rise in strong support of HRES 863, impeaching Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Alejandro Mayorkas is guilty of aiding and abetting the complete invasion of our country by criminals, gang members, terrorists, murderers, rapists and over 10 million people from over 160 countries into American communities all across the United States.
So I don't even know what she's talking about. I literally have no context, but I already can guess. She wants to impeach somebody for some kind of a bill allowing immigrants into the country, it sounds like. Okay.
Willful refusal to secure the border has bankrupted communities.
Also, just to be clear, and this is something I love to bring up to conservatives because it's hilarious to watch them just completely melt down. Just a minute ago, she was saying, we've all seen the crime stats, hee-haw. We all know we can't go outside, hee-haw, without having our fucking cattle stolen from us. She just got done saying that. Well, the crime stats actually show that immigrants, illegal and legal immigrants, commit less crime. That's right. Actually, specifically illegal immigrants commit less crime than native citizens, native-born Americans. The vast majority of immigrants, both illegal and legal, have incredibly low crime rates. They start businesses at higher rates. They tend to hold jobs at higher rates than native-born Americans, native-born American citizens. So, just to be clear, there's all of this is just that. It's only fear-mongering. It doesn't make any sense.
Closed down U.S. schools that our children attend, drowned hospitals, and incapacitated law enforcement while empowering criminal cartels and illegal aliens. My Democrat colleagues argue that one cannot be impeached over policy differences. Well, I argue that breaking our laws is more than just policy differences. 300 dead Americans every day from fentanyl poisoning is more than just a policy difference, it's murder. Today in my own office.
Yeah, and is that because of the illegals? Just that what, all the illegals are bringing drugs with them? Aren't there like specific drug cartels that have very specific ports of entry, and it all is very wrapped up and complicated with a bunch of different systems and corruption? I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to it than what the illegal immigrants, many of which are just seeking a better life or a better financial situation or safety. Some are seeking asylum. What they're actually really, they all have cocaine stuffed up their bum.
Narcotics law enforcement officers from Georgia told me that 7 out of 10 Oxycontins or Percocets sold on the street are laced with fentanyl, and that comes directly across the border from Mexico. Okay. Secretary Mayorkas has violated numerous provisions in the Immigration and Nationality Act, including unlawfully directing DHS to mass parole illegal aliens into the U.S. when federal law specifically prohibits this, and unlawfully implementing catch-and-release policies when federal law specifically mandates the detention and removal of inadmissible aliens. In fact, detention facilities under Mayorkas have been mostly vacant because of such unlawful policies. The largest detention facility in California, which can house almost 2,000 illegals, is currently housing only 6 illegal aliens. He has violated his oath of office and breached the public trust by willfully refusing to ensure the laws passed by Congress and signed into law by the president are faithfully executed as required by Article 2.
Here's the thing. We can have a conversation about the philosophical nature of all this shit of technically the law says, and did they break the law, all this crap. Okay, fine, whatever. We can have that conversation sometime. But all of the statistics show that illegal immigrants, whether they're here, like I said, here illegally or legally, benefit the country. They benefit the economy. They pay a ton in Social Security. They pay a bunch in property tax and sales tax. They work more jobs. They have lower crime rates. What is the problem with them being here? Maybe, see, when I see those stats, I think then maybe it's time for the law to change. Because the law is no longer, seems at least, like it's keeping out criminals, because the drug cartels have different ports of entry. They're coming in differently. They're getting the drugs in differently. But these people who are just crossing the border because they're seeking a better life or better financial situation, whatever, that these people have lower crime rates.
of the Constitution. He has allowed over 10 million illegal border crossers to invade our country, approximately 2 million
Okay,
of
so
whom
this is the okay. Instantly we find out. To invade our country. People benefiting our economy, people paying Social Security, people stimulating the local economy. This isn't invading our country. Not to mention, you can look at the rates of illegal aliens that assimilate into this country. It's far more likely for minorities to assimilate to the majority rather than the other way around. This is not an invasion by any stretch of the measure. This is just blatant fear tactics.
are known gotaways. These are people who have completely evaded U.S. authorities and are roaming the interior of the American communities, assaulting and murdering Americans. And God help us if
Again, I reiterate, I repeat, they have lower crime rates. I'll just pull it up for proof, okay? Department of Justice programs, U.S. Department of Justice. This study found that undocumented immigrants had substantially lower crime rates than native-born citizens and legal immigrants across a range of felony offenses. Relative to undocumented immigrants, U.S.-born citizens are over 2 times more likely to be arrested for violent crimes, 2.5 times more likely to be arrested for drug crimes, and over 4 times more likely to be arrested for property crimes. In addition, the proportion of arrests involving undocumented immigrants in Texas was relatively stable or decreasing over this period. The differences between U.S.-born citizens and undocumented immigrants are robust to using alternative estimates of the broader undocumented population. So there you go. It's not even close.
we have a terrorist attack on our land. His subversion of the law has resulted in the highest number
terrorists
of
now?
illegal alien encounters in a single day, in the highest number of illegal alien encounters in a single month, and the highest number of illegal alien encounters in a single year, surpassing
I mean, at least we know Biden's border patrol is doing their job. Right? I mean, that's a lot of encounters. This seems like they're stopping them.
every national record on each account.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.
I yield the lady an additional 15 seconds.
His willful refusal to enforce the law has resulted in the most egregious national security crisis in the history of our country. Democrats
you.
are in a quandary.
You?
Either they must own the policies of murder and crime of American citizens, or they can admit Secretary Mayorkas has broken federal laws and vote to impeach Secretary Mayorkas.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.
Well, wow. Nice, got him. Marjorie Taylor Greene is just, wow, she's dumb.